Hello everyone, nice blue sky day here in Dublin, and finally get around to commenting on America's war with Iran. Yeah, it seems like it's going completely haywire. Like first off, the American government doesn't seem to have a clue why exactly it's in there. Right, I've managed to count about 6 different reasons, from ballistic missiles, taking them out, to taking out the nuclear threat, to freeing the country for the Iranians, to protecting American military bases in the region, to protecting allies in the region, to just a very general protecting America from Iran. All the way up to really crazy ones. Like, for example, that the whole area needs to be attacked and brought to war to foreshadow the coming of Jesus Christ. Which, by the way, in the book of Revelation, no word whatsoever about Iran or Israel or anything like that. Any sort of claim that this is going to bring Jesus back to the world is complete interpretation from the last, we'll say, 50 years. That's it. Anyway, one thing that struck me was that there's so many different reasons floating around out there, both official and unofficial. And it was only after listening to a British radio presenter there yesterday that I kind of agree with his conclusion, in that this is exactly the point. This is how this war started, and this is how this war is going to end. What do I mean? Well, quite simply, you flood the zone with as many possible reasons as you possibly can come up with. Anything that you can come up with, you just throw out there, right? You say that these are the true reasons, you deny them, you say they're the true reasons again, keep everybody guessing. And the purpose of that is very simple. If you only have one reason to go and do something, it's especially if that reason is complete and utterly false, then people are going to be able to refute that reason very easily. Look at the Iraq War, which a lot of people are comparing this war to, and rightly so. The Iraq War was in order to get rid of weapons of mass destruction. Alright, that was the official reason. Official looking documentation was presented to say that Saddam Hussein had these weapons, that they were an imminent threat to the United States and its allies, and that the United States very much needed to get into Iraq to remove these weapons from under control of Hussein's regime. Of course, when they got into Iraq, there was no sign of these weapons, and it became really, really easy to just show that these weapons never actually existed. So they came up with one reason, they presented that reason, and that reason was proven to be false. This time they come up with a dozen different reasons, present very minimal evidence for any one, and so there's always going to be someone there that somebody who agrees with this war can cling on to and say, well, that's the real reason. More reasons mean that there's more of a chance you're going to get at least some people going along with all of this, and less of a chance that you're going to have egg in your face and have this whole thing seem as if it's a complete and utter farce, which, to be right honest, it actually is. That's number one. Now, how does this end the war? Well, very simply, right? Once Trump has gotten bored of this, once he has felt that this is enough, that he's reaped enough benefit in his own mind from bombing the living daylights out of a people who've already suffered enough so far away. Well, once that happens, he'll declare one of these reasons to have been achieved, and then we'll just call it a day. And that's how this war is going to end. It'll end when Trump feels like he's gotten the maximum amount of benefit for himself. And that day will come sooner rather than later, because aircraft carriers, missiles, jets, they're all quite expensive. What's the true reason for going into Iran? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. Was it Israel that forced them in? Is it to distract from the Epstein files? Doesn't really matter one blind bit. What matters is that Trump will have this war, brief little war, declare victory, come home to ticker tape parades and the flying of flags. And that will boost his credibility in America and allow him talking points coming up to the election. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble from Trump's point of view, is worth taking. And as long as nothing major is damaged, no major American assets are destroyed, like a base wiped out or an aircraft carrier sunk, then they're going to go ahead with that gamble.